The old times water-driven machinery is an essential part of Etar Open Air Museum. The most important characteristic feature of the exhibition is that all equipment work in the same way as they did in the past, due to the original Millstream system dating from the end of the 18th century. Let's swim right the river of the mechanism. The rapid development of cutlery calls for grindstones. Grindstones of this type are used for grinding axes, knives, claw hammers, etc. As you can see, it works on water wheel. Water is used for turning the wheel, and from other point the water is making the process of grinding more smooth and easier. The fulling mill was built in the middle of the 19th century. It is a primitive equipment for mechanical processing of woolen home woven textile. After fulling, the textile becomes thicker. It is one of the most important parts of the production. In the net raising equipment are washed woolen materials. During the process, the textile becomes soft and mossy surface. The duration of the process depends on the materials and temperature from 5 to 10 hours without using soap. From the 30th years of the 19th century, the net raising equipment started to wash carpets and coverings. The washing takes about 20 to 30 minutes. They are one of the most typical technical equipment on water for Gabrovo for the 18th and 19th century. Wood turning lathe industry combined the natural resources to our area wealth of the forests and swift following streams with the skillful and enterprising to the mountaineers. The wooden articles made on the wood turning lathe are with different shapes, form and purpose. Wooden bowls, covered bowls and many others. The beginning of mechanical braid knitting dates back to the first decades of the 19th century when the first Bulgarian machine chark came up. A driving mechanism separate for each device determined the braid knitting process. Driving mechanisms, the machine itself. It is circulating and diver over the water wheel force to the chark. The braid knitting is performed by a chark that consists of cogwheels with vanes transmitting the revolution towards the spools, bearing wooden reels with coiled yarn. A strictly designated path directs their way through a metal plate. The two groups of spools, left and right, follow their way through independent double-crossed ellipses. The knitted braid is pulled and dragged out by some devices, reel, comb, etc., providing an event knitting process. A water mill is a mill that uses moving water as its power source. It is thus a structure that uses a water wheel or water turbine to drive a mechanical process such as milling. Such processes are needed in the production of many material goods including flour, lumber, paper, textiles and many metal products. The name of this water mill is Dolapkinja. Its name comes after the name of the water wheel called Dolap, which puts it in motion. This water mill makes flour. This is a sawmill. It's used to saw the lumber. Let's see how it works. A sawyer uses a head saw, head rig, or primary saw to break the log into cans, unfinished logs to be further processed, and flitches, unfinished planks. Depending upon the species and quality of the log, the cans will either be further broken down by a resaw or a gangager into multiple flitches and or boards. Edging will take the flitch and trim off all irregular edges, leaving four-sided lumber. In Etar is the only one and unique collection of old times water-driven machinery in Bulgaria. We hope that you are now inspired to visit this unique place.